A party with my fiancée Jenna and her friends. She said she had to step out. 2 hours later, she still wasn't back. As I went to look for her, I heard her best friend speaking in Spanish, a language they thought I didn't understand. This idiot has no idea he's being cheated on. One laughed. Another added, I bet Jenna and Leo are really going at it. She said Creed isn't as big as Leo anyway. Poor fool. We're tearing him apart and he doesn't even know. I stood frozen, my mind blank. Just then, Jenna walked in, flushed and satisfied. How was it? Her friend asked in Spanish. A thrill? Completely, Jenna replied huskily. I couldn't get enough. Leo followed her in, casually draping an arm over her shoulder like he always did. The quintessential guy best friend. But now I saw it. A cluster of angry purple hickeys blooming on the pale skin of her neck. I collapsed back onto the sofa. The air punched from my lungs. A cold wave of despair washed over me. Her friends, like a pack of hyenas, kept prodding her in Spanish, demanding details of her tryst. Jenna, perhaps pricked by a sliver of guilt, instinctively pushed Leo's hand away and glanced at me. She crossed the room and sat down beside me. Hey, what are you so nervous about? One of her friends teased. He can't understand a word we're saying. If we were speaking French or something, then you'd have to worry. Yeah, with Spanish, he's totally lost. Right, guys? Ha ha ha. You all are so mean, ganging up on the poor gringo. Hearing that, Jenna seemed to relax. She leaned in and pressed a light, meaningless kiss to my lips. Creed, honey, don't mind them, she said in English. We all grew up together, so we always slip back into Spanish when we're hanging out. It's just a habit. My hand, hidden by my side, clenched into a fist so tight my knuckles ached. What they didn't know was that my mother is from Puerto Rico. I grew up speaking Spanish. I understood every damn word. Seeing my silence, they took it as indifference and dove back into their game. Come on, Jenna, tell the truth. Is Leo bigger than him? I've got money riding on this. Jenna's lips curved into a smug smile. Of course he is. Friend number 1, look at that satisfied glow. You're practically purring. Friend number 2, God, this is so much fun. Who knew our secret language would be this useful? Look at that idiot just sitting there like a lost puppy, not understanding a thing. Leo shot me a look of pure contempt and then mouthed to Jenna, Jenna, just marry me. Why are you with him? Jenna just laughed, her hand moving to my shoulder, kneading the tense muscle as she spoke in a mocking tone. Marry you? Don't be ridiculous. I know the difference between reality and a good time. You're for fun, Leo, a thrill. You're my stress relief in bed. But Creed is the one I love. Could you put me first in everything? Could you treat me like a princess? No, you have a temper. Only Creed can do that. I had a fever once when he was on a business trip overseas, and one phone call had him on the next flight back. The memory, which once warmed me, now felt like acid in my veins. All my devotion, all my love. And this is how she repaid me. With betrayal. Shit, Leo suddenly said. I forgot to wear a condom. You might be in trouble. Damn it, Leo. How could you be so stupid? Go buy me a plan B now. Hey, he said with a wicked grin. Why don't we make Creed go? If we're going to play, let's go all the way. Leo picked up his wine glass and downed it in one go, a silent declaration that he was in no condition to drive. In the end, Jenna turned to me. Creed, honey, could you run to the pharmacy for me? I need you to pick up a box of the morning after pill. We might need it tonight. The knuckles of my clenched fist cracked. There wasn't a decent person in the entire room. I had so badly misjudged Jenna. In the 3 years we'd known each other, she'd cultivated this image of a sweet, innocent girl. She'd always said that cheating was the one thing she could never forgive. It was all a lie. She was the cheater. I lifted my head, my eyes locking with hers. The cold fury in my gaze must have startled her because her smile faltered. Creed, what's wrong? Are you not feeling well? She reached out to touch my forehead, but the lingering scent of another man on her skin made me recoil in disgust. Jenna, I said, my voice flat. I think we need to postpone the wedding. Real panic flashed in her eyes. She grabbed my arm. Creed, what are you talking about? I pulled my arm free. A bitter smile touched my lips. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. I just think we're rushing things. We're still young. Maybe you should have some more fun before we talk about settling down. Her panic melted into a relieved, radiant smile. She threw her arms around me, burying her head in my chest. I knew you were the best, she murmured. Thank you for always thinking of me. She had no idea that I was already done with her. She shot a triumphant look over my shoulder at Leo and her friends. Wow, what a keeper. A real simp. His ancestors must be so proud. They were laughing at me, calling me a fool, a pushover. I didn't care. Let them laugh. Anyone who makes a fool out of me will end up becoming the joke themselves. I turned and walked out the door to buy her damn pill. The moment I was gone, I heard them fall into each other's arms, the sound of their passionate kissing echoing in the hall. Damn, girl. 2 guys at once. Only you could pull that off. Oh, shut up. Like you're any different. Well, I've gotta go. My god-tier hookup is waiting for me at the hotel, all showered and ready. Hearing that, I quickened my pace. Outside, the sky had opened up. Rain soaked through my clothes, leaving me looking as pathetic as I felt. When I returned with the pills, the room was filled with raucous laughter. They all looked at me, not a trace of shame on their faces, and continued their conversation in Spanish. How about we go hiking tomorrow? Ugh, no. Too much effort. It won't be tiring if we find a quiet spot off the trail, Leo said with a wink. For some, exploring. He nudged Jenna's foot with his, and her eyes lit up. They all watched me, their smiles dripping with condescension, treating me like their personal plaything. The next day, Jenna took me on a trip to a state park outside the city, saying we were going to go hiking. At the trailhead, her friends were already joking around. You guys are wild, one said in Spanish. Bringing Creed along while you two sneak off? Aren't you afraid he'll find out? If we don't tell him, who will? It's not like he knows the trails. That's what makes it so thrilling. The risk, the danger. Ha ha ha! With that, Jenna grabbed my hand and led me down the path. It wasn't long before she stopped, feigning an upset stomach. I need to find a bathroom, quick. Can you wait here and make sure no one comes this way? A dull, numb ache spread through my chest. I couldn't believe the woman I loved could be so shameless. She was carrying a backpack, and I knew what was inside. Lingerie, toys. I had heard her packing it last night while I pretended to be asleep, whispering to Leo on the phone about what positions they should try. I hadn't slept a wink. Instead, I had sent a message to my boss. I told her I was ready to take the transfer to the Paris office. I was moving to France. I would never see Jenna again. She was practically bouncing on her feet with anticipation. Watching her hurry away, my heart twisted. I followed her, keeping a safe distance, and hid behind a large oak tree. And there I watched it all unfold. I watched Jenna and Leo tangle together on a blanket spread over the grass. She pulled out a slinky pinky silk nightgown. Leo told her he wanted to be the one to put it on her. Their shameless laughter echoed through the woods as they began their sordid affair. Jenna kissed him fiercely. "The grass is kind of scratchy," she complained. Leo just chuckled, nipping at her ear. "You have to try everything once, right? Isn't this kind of thrill what you live for?" "You're terrible." Ha ha ha. And that idiot has no idea. He's standing guard for us right now, completely clueless. "You're so bad," making me do this. "If Creed finds out, you're in deep trouble." "Oh, you wouldn't let anything happen to me. You'd miss this way too much." I stood frozen, a wave of disbelief washing over me. Hearing them describe it was one thing, but seeing it with my own eyes. The pain was a physical, stabbing sensation that no one else could possibly understand. "Okay, we need to hurry," Jenna said after a while. "Creed's still waiting." "No way. I'm not done with you yet." I had never seen this side of her. So wild, so unrestrained. I couldn't watch anymore. I turned to leave. My mind was a chaotic mess. I took a wrong step, my foot slipping on the muddy ground, and I tumbled down a steep embankment. My reflexes kicked in and my hand shot out, grabbing hold of a thick tree root just in time. "Help!" I yelled, my voice raw. "Somebody help me!" I shouted until my throat was hoarse, hoping they would hear me. Nothing. Gritting my teeth, I held onto the root with one hand and fumbled for my phone with the other. I called Jenna. It rang and rang. She was lost in her own world of pleasure. Finally, just as I was about to lose hope, she answered, her voice thick with annoyance. "Creed? I'm kinda busy right now. Don't call me, you're ruining the mood." "My stomach hurts. I don't know, I must have eaten something bad last night. I didn't waste time." "Jenna, you need to come help me." I fell. "I'm about to fall off the ledge." Her response was cold and dismissive. "Oh, stop being so dramatic. It's not that steep. You city boys are always so delicate." My grip was failing. The root snapped. I plunged downwards, tumbling over and over, my body slamming against rocks and earth until I finally came to a stop. A searing pain shot through my leg. It was covered in blood. I nearly passed out. Through the haze of pain, I realized the call was still connected. I could hear Jenna's soft moans through the phone. She must have heard my screams, the sickening thud of my landing, and she had done nothing. Her priorities were clear. Between love and lust, she had chosen lust. In that moment, something inside me died. I closed my eyes, my face a mask of ashes. I was done with her. Completely and utterly done. She never came looking for me. It grew dark. She never called to see if I was okay. I dragged my broken body down the mountain, step by agonizing step. It was an ambulance called by another hiker that finally took me away. Jenna and her friends were long gone. It wasn't until late that night that she finally remembered me. When she called, her voice was dripping with accusation. "Creed, where are you?" A bitter, humorless laugh escaped my lips. "Shouldn't I be the one asking you that? You went to find a bathroom and disappeared for hours." What was I supposed to think? The anger I had suppressed for so long finally boiled over. What's that supposed to mean? Are you accusing me of something? After I was done, I came back to find you, but you were gone. I looked everywhere. I lost cell service. I was worried sick. I even fell and hurt my leg looking for you. Ha, she hurt her leg looking for me. The irony was suffocating. I told her which hospital I was in. Less than half an hour later, she limped into my room, followed by Leo and her pack of loyal friends. Seeing my bandaged leg, Jenna's face crumpled with guilt. "Oh, Creed, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I never should have dragged you out there." She leaned over me. "Does it still hurt?" "I'm not leaving your side. I'm staying right here with you." But I couldn't stand the sight of her. The thought of her touch made my skin crawl. She wouldn't let go, hugging me tightly, as if her performance of regret could undo the damage. I couldn't push her away, so I relented. "You're hurt too. You should get some rest." "No, my injury is nothing. I only care about you." Her persistence was exhausting. I finally gave in. Thinking my anger had subsided, she let go and started peeling an apple for me. As she fed me slices, she started chattering with her friends in Spanish. Luckily, I'm smart enough to fake a limp. It makes me look pathetic. It's the perfect excuse for taking so long. You're a genius. I know, right? Look at my Creed. He's already forgotten all about yesterday. That damn simp. He forgave you that quickly. Of course he did. Because my Creed loves me. My body went rigid. The air in my lungs turned to stone. Why was her entire life a lie? For a fleeting moment, I had almost believed she was really hurt. Had almost considered forgiving her. I was a fool. This woman was incapable of telling the truth. Then, right there in front of me, they started reliving their little adventure in the woods, laughing about the details. They bragged about their sexual histories, throwing condescending glances my way. The day I was discharged from the hospital was the day of our engagement party. Jenna was breathtaking in a stunning evening gown. Leo stood right behind her. He took her hand, his voice laced with emotion. "Jenna, are you really going to marry him? What about me? What am I? You're my plaything, but I love you, and I love Creed more. After we're married, this is over between us. I'm going to change. I'm going to be a good wife." I watched the scene on the security monitor in my apartment as I packed my last suitcase and chatted on the phone with my boss. The flight leaves in about 2 hours. I'm heading out now. See you in Paris. I hung up, zipped my suitcase, and walked out without a backward glance. But before I left, I had one last gift for Jenna. At the party, Jenna was growing anxious, constantly scanning the crowd for me. She pulled out her phone, but before she could dial, my best friend Mark intercepted her, a glass of champagne in his hand. "Congratulations, Jenna," he said with a wide grin. "My buddy Creed, he takes relationships very seriously. Don't you worry, he'll be here on time." He paused, then added, "Oh, but he does have one flaw. He absolutely cannot stand betrayal." Jenna managed a tight, forced smile. Just as she was about to reply, Mark snapped his fingers. "I almost forgot to tell you the craziest thing. We're all from the same area, you know? Creed too. Before he moved to New York, he grew up in the same region as you. His town was right next to yours. Look, here's a copy of his old ID. I'm not kidding. I can even prove it." And then, Mark switched to fluent, perfect Spanish.